guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, the Bright Side Girl, and today we are doing my Not So Scary-a-thon announcement for 2024. Coming to you a little bit last minute because my August was a little bit of a disaster and I kind of got behind on a bunch of things, but we are here. It is September. It's officially spooky season, at least at my house, and we are going to announce the next readathon. I only have 2 readathons left and this is the next one. So Not So Scary-a-thon is my fall Halloween themed readathon. This is for those of us that love the Halloween, slightly spooky, atmospheric vibes of Halloween, but maybe aren't as into the really intense, gory, super slashery type of books. If that is your thing, that is awesome. I'm just a little bit of a baby. I don't mind like the spooky, creepy reads, especially when they're like a murder mystery that you have to solve or a supernatural type book, but I usually don't read anything like super gory or intense or truly terrifying. So that is what this readathon is for. It's for those of us that still like the season, but maybe get scared a little bit easier. This year is going to be that way more than ever, which we'll talk about in a second. So even if you don't like super scary things, or even if you aren't even that big into Halloween, make sure you still keep watching because I have options that I think you're going to enjoy. So first up, we will be starting Monday, September 23rd through Sunday, October 6th. So we have full 2 weeks and we are less than 3 weeks away. So it's coming up very, very quickly. And this year we are doing a theme for Not So Scary-a-thon, and that is going to be vampires versus villains. Kind of like what we did for Mermaid Marathon. I have 2 sets of graphics. I have 2 sets of reading challenges. I have 2 sets of Instagram challenges, and you can choose whether you want to be a vampire or a villain or both. I of course will be trying to do both, so I'll have double challenges to complete, but if you're wanting to do something like that, you can mix and match the challenges fairly easily. So we are going to talk about the reading challenges first. First up, for the vampires, the first reading challenge is to read a vampire book, of course. Pretty self-explanatory. The second reading challenge is to read one with a skeleton on the cover. There are a lot of vampire books that have some kind of skeleton on the cover, so I thought this would be kind of fun. Challenge number 3 is set in a castle. There are quite a few, again, vampire and non-vampire spooky books that have like a castle type setting. Challenge number 4 is a red and black book. A ton of vampire books have red and black in them, so this should be pretty easy. And then challenge number 5 is a spooky short story. You can use an anthology for this, you can use a graphic novel, you can use a novella. There are a lot of different options. If you're wanting to be on Team Vampire, you do not have to only read vampire books. You can do anything that will fit these particular reading challenges. I of course will be sticking with like fall Halloween atmospheric reads for these, but you can do with them what you want. I have quite a few vampire books that I've been wanting to get to for a while that I'm excited to dive into. Alright, now for the villains. Okay, so if you want to be a villain, which I love a good villain, adore a good villain story. A lot of them are retellings, but there are a lot that are not retellings as well. So the reading challenges for the villains, challenge number 1 is to read a villain book. I do have a villain retelling recommendation video where I recommend books that are based on villains from popular fairy tales and other types of retellings. These are some of my favorites, so make sure to check it out. And then I'll have another villain themed video coming out in the next couple weeks, so stay tuned for that one. Challenge number 2 is a weapon on the cover. This one might be slightly harder to find. Again, you don't have to read a villain book with a weapon on the cover. Probably what I will do, but any book with a weapon on the cover will work. Challenge number 3 is going to be set in a castle, the same as the vampire one. There are a lot of like murky villains that kind of hang out in castles, so I thought that would be fun. Challenge number 4 is a purple and black book. I don't know why, but in my mind villains have more of like a purple hue to them, so I thought this would be a little bit of a challenge. And it could be something as small as like a tiny flower that's purple on the cover. It doesn't have to be the entire cover is purple and black. And then challenge number 5 is a villain short story, and again, you can find a lot of these in different anthologies or just anything under, I would say, like around 150 pages or under 4 hours on audiobook. Graphic novels work great for this as well. Then for this readathon, we also have physical challenges. I have made them pretty much the same for the vampires and the villains except for the first challenge. The first challenge is to watch a vampire or a villain movie. So whichever team you're on, you can decide to do that. Challenge number 2 is to bake a fall treat. Try something new. You can also just pick up a fall treat if you want to do it that way. Challenge number 3 is a not so scary activity. I think I have a video on this as well if you want to go and check it out, but we're thinking like go to a pumpkin patch watch, visit a haunted house, go to an amusement park, host a murder mystery dinner, like tons and tons of different options. Do an escape room, all that kind of different stuff. Anything kind of fall or Halloween related. You can have it at your house or you can go do something. Challenge number 4 is to read in the dark. So I'm thinking either with a flashlight, with your phone, with a book light, or with a candle, or even with ambiance, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the video. You want to read where there's like a more dark atmosphere, just to kind of give us some good, like slightly spooky vibes. And then challenge number 5 is to give a boo basket. If you're not familiar, a boo basket is just kind of like a way to spread the Halloween fall cheer. It can be fall or Halloween themed. You could even do it villain or vampire themed if you want to. It could be super small, it could be really big. I like to do this for a handful of friends and for my mother and my sister every year. Literally just get stuff from Dollar Tree or Home Goods, or you can bake or make things. I make like fun soap and bath bombs. You could do like pumpkin muffins. You could do like some cookie cutters and a cookbook. You could make it as small or as big as you want to. You could even just send a card if you want to do it that way. Next up, we also have Instagram challenges as usual. So make sure you're following me on Instagram at The Bright Side Girl if you haven't already, and follow the hashtag NotSoScaryAthon. This will be the hashtag you will use for your posts. So we host a lot of it on Instagram as well. I'm very active on there during the readathon, and we have Instagram photo challenges. So I have 2 weeks of vampire themed photo challenges and 2 weeks of villain themed photo challenges. Again, just like the reading challenges, you do not have to do these to participate. However, it is very fun and a really good way to make friends, kind of get creative, connect with people, and also to get entered into the giveaway. I do a US only giveaway for every readathon. I usually do 1 per week depending on how many people participate, and it will be not so scary themed books along with not so scary themed goodies. There's so much fun stuff. I have a really good time curating these every year, and I do a lot for this one in particular just because the season is so fun. Every time you complete an Instagram photo challenge, you will get entered into the giveaway. However, there are a couple stipulations. You do want to make sure that the photos are on your actual feed currently and that they are not just on stories. I'm thrilled whenever you guys post stories about the readathon, but that just won't count towards the giveaway. It needs to show up on your actual Instagram feed. It does need to be an actual photo or a made graphic for the reading challenge. I will not count just screenshots of books. We want just a minuscule of effort. If you are somebody that doesn't have a large library, so you don't have a lot of books to take pictures of, you can actually head to your local library to use books that way. You can use just the photo of the book on your phone. You can take a picture like using your phone with the cover of the book on it. You can also make something digitally like on Canva. It's really, really easy and simple where you just have like the picture of the book and a little bit of graphics or something. We just want something a little bit more than a screenshot in order for it to count towards the giveaway. If you want to do just screenshots and that's easier for you just to participate, that's totally fine. I just won't be counting it towards the giveaway. You can check out past readathon hashtags to get ideas for different things. Everybody's so creative. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You can literally take a book and hold it up outside and take a picture of it. I always go a little bit above and beyond because I'm the host and because I really like taking photos, but you don't have to do anything crazy to participate. Lastly, for the giveaway photos, make sure you also tag me in the photos so that I see them. Instagram changed the way hashtags work, so I'm not able to find them through there as easily. If I haven't shared your photo in a couple hours throughout the day, that means that I have not seen it yet. Make sure that you tag me in the photo so that I don't miss it. I always share everybody's photos in my stories every day. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you're checking out my stories because I post polls and different things that are happening and graphics and all kinds of fun stuff. It's like a whole party for 2 weeks. I really put a lot of effort into this. This is an extreme hobby for me, so it makes me so happy when you guys like appreciate it and really have such a good time. So just make sure you tag me in your photos if you want me to share them. I will be doing double posts on Instagram, one for the vampires, one for the villains, like I did for Mermaid Marathon. So I'll have 2 photos per day or 2 reels per day, whatever I decide to do. That will be lots of fun, but you do not have to do a single photo challenge if you don't want to. You can do 1 or 2, you can do all of them, whatever works best for you. Make sure you check out my how to do a readathon video. I created this year that has more tips and tricks on the best way to do the readathon, how to get like the most reads in, but also have the most fun, connect with people, and to make things like super simple and easy. You can do it as intense and go all out, or you can do it as minimal as you want. So there are a lot of us that like to do a lot for the readathon and get through like a ton of books. I do a ton on audiobook, but don't let that intimidate you. If you read one book during the readathon, you have done great and you have participated. Everybody has a different lifestyle, different abilities of reading, different types of reading. So we don't like to try and compete with each other. And the point of my readathons is to just have a really good time, immerse yourself in the theme, maybe make a couple friends along the way. As always, I make graphics for every single readathon, and for this readathon we have double graphics for everything. We have vampire, currently listening, currently reading, currently watching. We have the Instagram photo challenges, we have the reading challenges, the physical challenges, and the not so scary invite. For the villains, we have the same thing, currently reading, currently watching, currently listening, the invite, the Instagram photo challenges. I do have them all formulated for your stories. I personally don't like to share a ton of graphics on my actual feed because I like it just to stay photos and to stay like a little bit more clean, but I do have the invites, the reading and physical challenges, and the Instagram challenges formulated in the square for your regular Instagram feed as well. If you want to share them, that would be great. The more people that participate, the better. Put a few of these on my Instagram on the main page throughout the week. I will also share them in my stories for you today if you want to screenshot them that way. And I always have them saved to an Instagram highlight, those little circles that you see right above the photos. I make a highlight for every readathon and I save them there in case you don't know where they are. And I have them on Google Drive for you to download them directly. This is the way that I recommend because they will be the prettiest. You won't have to edit anything if you do like a screenshot of my stories. I have the Google Drive folder linked down below in the description along with a ton of other fun stuff. I also have 2 Spotify playlists. So I have a normal Not So Scaryathon Spotify playlist, which is being built on every year. And then I also created a Vampires versus Villains playlist. I think I only have 11 songs in there right now. I'm kind of slowly building it as we get closer to the readathon, so it'll get bigger and bigger. If you're on Spotify, make sure to check it out. I'll link those both down below in the description. I also link Not So Scary ambiances. I will try to find like a villains lair type one, as well as some vampire ones, and then some regular ones as well, of some of my favorite ones to put on like while you're reading to just kind of set the mood in the room. They're really good background noise, or you can mute them and just kind of have the ambiance there. I love a good ambiance. And lastly, I will be vlogging every day. I will be doing lots and lots of Not So Scaryathon themed activities, from decorating to events to crafting to reading, of course. Make sure you check out those vlogs when they're out. I do one per week. The first one will be up more towards the end of the readathon, and then of course keep up with me on Instagram as I post a lot of things on there as well. I think that's everything. I'll link all the recommendation videos and everything I talked about down below in the description, so check out everything there. Stay tuned for upcoming fall spooky, not so spooky videos as well. I have a lot of fun stuff planned. Let me know whether you guys are going to be a vampire or a villain or both like me. Let me know some books that you plan on reading. Stay tuned for all those videos. I'll have a TBR and a haul and all that kind of fun stuff. And I'm excited to kick off spooky season. My shelves are decorated and lots of fun things are to come. So I will see you guys next time on the right side.